Small things can have ultimately very large effects. All music, all symphonies, concertos, hymns, songs, all music comes basically from 8 notes. All the profound words that have ever been uttered or written in the English language come from 26 letters. Small beginnings, profound, extensive results. Seeds are no exception. They contain huge potential from a small beginning. And today we're going to be thinking about the mighty mustard seed. The mustard seed itself is so tiny you can hardly see it. And it takes about 750 of them to make up a single gram. And there are 28 grams in an ounce. So there are 21,000 mustard seeds in an ounce. It's a tiny seed, but it produces a very large plant. When the tiny mustard seed is planted in good soil, it germinates and produces a very large shrub-like plant that eventually grows to resemble a tree. Some mustard plants have been known to grow as high as 15 feet tall. Something so small, yet with such humble beginnings, can become something that is truly amazing to behold. So as we look at the parable of the mustard seed in Mark chapter 4, verses 30 to 32, we read these words. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed which a man took and planted in his field. Though it is the smallest of all seeds, yet when it grows, it is the largest of garden plants and becomes a tree, so that the birds come and perch in its branches. In this parable, Jesus is comparing the greatness and vastness of the kingdom of God to the smallest of things, a mustard seed. However, this tiny seed can grow into something that birds will find refuge in and rest. It could become the biggest of the trees and plants. Mustard seeds are tiny, small, and look insignificant. You'd miss them if you walked over them, but they can grow into the most spectacular of trees. Do you ever feel small and insignificant, like you're not making any difference to the world around you? Ever feel that you're failing? Well, think of that little mustard seed and the potential that is contained within it. The parable of the mustard seed says to us, never be daunted by small beginnings. Sometimes we might feel that we're so small and insignificant that we can never make any effect or difference in this world. And yet throughout history, seemingly insignificant people have gone on to do great things. At 6 weeks old, Fanny Crosby caught a cold and developed inflammation of the eyes. Mustard poultices were applied to treat the discharges, and this procedure blinded her by damaging her optic nerves. Despite her blindness, Fanny developed her descriptive abilities through her grandmother's teaching. She also learned to memorise the Bible through the help of Mrs. Hawkeye. Fanny would memorise 5 chapters of the Bible in a week and would later become an American Methodist worker, poet, lyricist, composer and lifelong Methodist. She is known as one of the prolific hymnists in history, writing over 8,000 hymns and gospel songs with over 100 million copies printed. I think of Thomas Edison. During Edison's school days, he was known to have a wavering mind. His focus was poor and he had difficulty with speech and words. Yet with all these conditions, Thomas became a prolific inventor and a businessman, holding 1,093 patents in the US, as well as United Kingdom, France and Germany. His inventions included electric light, power, utilities, sound recording and motion pictures. When God is involved, something small or insignificant or even hopeless can be transformed into something great in God's kingdom. People, situation and circumstances are not limited. You see, God used Gideon and 300 men. Moses, who was a man of stuttering speech, was used by God. Jesus fed 5,000 people with 2 fishes and 5 loaves. Small things, great significance. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not a gardener. I enjoy sitting in my lovely garden and I enjoy looking at the plants and flowers, but I have no desire to develop green fingers. And I'm not particularly good with plants inside. I did, however, grow a very good apple tree once in the guise of a weed. Anyhow, some of you may enjoy planting seeds, but once you have planted the seed, if that's all you do, plant it, bury it, but give the seed no water, food or warmth, they simply die and wither. Or at the remote chance they might grow, they are weak and unable to flourish. But if we plant, if we care for and make sure those seeds are watered, fed and kept warm, then we will see great results. So, if the seed is the kingdom of God present in you, present in this world around us, and we don't look after it, what will happen? It will wither and die. All we've done is bury it like a dog might bury a bone. We've hidden it for no one else to find. But if we plant it, if we care for it, if we read our Bibles, pray and spend time together, if we're obedient to God and what He asked of us, then that seed will grow, and it will grow so strong that people will see it. You might feel small and insignificant like the mustard seed, but God knows you. Every hair on your head has been counted. You are so very important and significant to Him, for you carry His kingdom within you. Why not ask God to take you just as you are and allow Him to grow in you the kingdom of God? God bless you.